I'm doing well. Thank you so much for accepting my invite. I randomly just invited you because you're the first one to say hello.
Okay, okay.
Maybe you want to tell me who's SP.
Yeah, SP is just a random guy here in Flagstop.
There's no
Um,
random guy. You are a gentleman in Clastop. How you doing, buddy?
yeah, but originally I'm from Carltonville.
Oh, just around the corner. Okay.
Yeah,
Apparently, yeah, maybe let me jump on before you even go far. Are you in property investing space?
yeah, but I'm still beginning.
Okay, that's fine. Everyone starts somewhere. Are you familiar with Potchefstroom?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How is it for student accommodation?
Yo, it's great.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. At the moment, it's great.
Yes,
Actually,
I
I want
hear. Sorry, go on.
actually I want to buy a property there, but then
Yes,
at the moment, I don't know, should I shoot straight to my question or allow you to
please go
take it?
ahead, man. Let's have a conversation. It's one, Chief. There's no formula here. Let's talk.
Yeah, I want to buy a property there, specifically for student accommodation. But at the
Mm,
moment, my credit score is bad. I have one property which I bought cash. Um, Now I was thinking that I should buy the property in my brother's name, and
mm.
then later on, when my credit score improves, I can take over the payment. Actually, I'm gonna pay for it, but then buy it in his name, and then later on take it over. But now my question is, if I buy it in his name, is it possible to take over the bond and then register it in my name or what? Because I want to buy the house this year, and obviously at the moment now my credit score is it's low. I've made financial bad decisions in the past, and I really want to buy the property now because at least my salary allows me to buy
Yes.
a property now.
And maybe let me answer that question. Before I forget, can you please WhatsApp me? Right.
Okay.
Are you buying in Potchefstroom?
Yeah, I want to buy and purchase through.
Yes, for student accommodation.
Yeah.
Please WhatsApp me. Let me share because we're trying to tap into that area. I want to have a conversation with you.
Okay.
I'm sharing my number on the comments section. Just
Okay.
WhatsApp me, please. I'll appreciate if you can WhatsApp me. Okay,
Okay.
let
Okay.
me
Okay.
answer your question. There's a many way to skin a cat, right?
Okay.
What you're doing when you're buying the property within your brother's name, it's legally speaking, it's his property.
Yeah.
That's number one that you need to be aware of.
Yeah.
Which means that, God forbid, should he pass on, that wealth, it could not be yours. If, let's say, he's married in a community of property, it means the wife will have half.
Yeah.
Even if he puts you in a will as a beneficiary, then you'll only be entitled to half of the value.
Yeah.
That's what you need to be aware of.
Okay.
However, there's what you call financial engineering that you can do. You could easily create a company and then make him a director, right?
Okay.
You make him a director, and then he goes and apply for this bond in that newly formed company. Then you become a shareholder in that company. So then later on, there's no need for you to be changing ownership because the property is in the company that you own. And then you can always then agree that you're going to be paying the bonds and things, then meaning that his shareholding can be lower.
Okay.
And you can always even buy him out later on if you wish to. But personally, I wouldn't do that, buy him out, because people with good credit profile are very wanted and strategic people that you need for you to grow in property sector. So ideally, I'll want to keep him closer, but for the sake of smooth growing your property portfolio, I'll say give him a certain percentage and you move on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you can solve your dilemma. That's everyone. Like we do this, I structure deals for people on a daily basis. That's one of the simplest way, easy, quick, and you move on.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
you can.
that's great
Yeah,
advice.
yeah. How far are you from Potchefstroom?
It's just 50 Ks.
Okay, not it's a bit distance, but not bad. Like compared to someone like me who's in Johannesburg, right?
Yeah. Anyway, my partner stays in Potch, so I frequent Potch. So yeah, I can stay
Ah,
there.
okay,
Mm,
okay, okay. You've got
yeah.
vested interest also that side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, no. I was told, man. I was told that it's amazing, and even the requirements with the university is still more lenient compared to the likes of Auckland Park. Um, Clive, I'll invite you. Let me finish with SP. I'll invite you, and I see you want to talk. I'll invite you, and then we can talk. So, yeah. So I was told that it's in one area that I wanna try to see. Maybe do that projects and then let's see. I would love to be closer to see how you implementing the project and
Okay.
then and yeah and then maybe or also because also what I do I actually have a workshop that is coming up on the 22nd of April. So in that
Okay.
workshop also if you've got a property deal opportunity that you want to present to the guys that are going to be attending, I'll give people that opportunity to present deals, so that we raise money through during that workshop. So the workshop is about structuring exactly what I just shared with you. It's about even more on a more advanced to say how do you structure deals. And then also we're gonna be looking at planning your individual tax planning and then taking on questions for an hour, doing a group consultation and also looking into a live file. Should you pass on, where are your documents, personal documents, and then of course wealth planning. Then we'll also be
Okay.
looking into wealth planning. So that is pretty much what I'll be also narrating in the on the 22nd, the whole day. It's only 650 for per person. I mean, that's 650 just going to the venue. There's nothing. We have to have a venue, so we're paying for the venue. We're paying for food, lunch, for that. So, and obviously coffees and in the mornings and in the afternoon. So that is precise. So those who wants to join us for the workshop, you're more than welcome to send me a WhatsApp. I shared my number. I'm gonna pin my number that you can WhatsApp me if you want to. Oh, okay. I don't know how do I pin this. Um, let's see if we can. Okay, I don't know. It's not going. It's not getting pinned. So I'm gonna share my number, guys. For those who want to join us for the workshop, it's 650 on the 22nd of April in Johannesburg. So most likely it's gonna be in Protea Hotel by Midrand. So use the number to WhatsApp me if you wanna join. But SP, I thank you. I expect
Okay.
your WhatsApp. Let me
Okay.
help you. Yeah, let's
Okay.
see how we work together and I mean through working together, that's how we're gonna grow.
Okay. Thanks.
Sure, cool, man. Let me invite Clive. Clive, you've been wanting to. Let's hear. Clive is asking, how do I join? Let me jump on with Clive. Thank you so much, guys, and keep asking those questions. I see. Is it Elo? Elo is asking questions. I'll comment or answer your questions. Elo, can one buy a property secure it with pension fund? I'm not sure. To be honest, if you can use your pension fund. But I've heard that many times where people saying that you can actually put your pension fund as a security, something along those lines. I've never done that. I've heard about it that if other people are doing it, I don't know how legit that is. And so I wouldn't really comment much. I would say rather call what do you call what's this? Call them the pension fund administrator. They're the best person to answer that question. I think those are the best people that can answer that question. Clive, talk to me. How you doing? Clive? I'm not sure Clive can hear me.
Are you,
Clive,
brother?
I'm alive. How are you?
Can you
Yes, we
hear
can hear
me?
you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, Clive, I can hear you. You're on mute. You just muted yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Clive.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me just. All right. Chidi, your topics are very interesting. I've also acquired two properties over the years, fortunately, and I'm also lucky enough that I'm living with my spouse, and she inherited a property. That's where we are living right now. And fortunate for us, there's no payment on that. So I want to use this opportunity to acquire more properties around universities. The gentleman that you just spoke to now is in Porch, so I'll be looking at that. And I've spoke to an agent yesterday in Pretoria, in Sunnyside. So there's properties there. But the the scary part for me, which is I'm hoping that you might come in handy, is how do I not overexert myself? How do I not overexpose myself such that I cannot uh, acquire more of these? So the plan is I want to acquire at least minimum of one per annum. So, but with your guidance, I want you to guide me as to how to do that
Mm,
in the best way.
mm. Look, I mean, it's rightfully so. You need to caution yourself against over borrowing or over acquiring, and you find that you might fail to manage the property because you don't have systems in place, or you
Mm,
over calculate and you find that the area is not as you thought it is. Like, I'll give example. And the timing also, it's very, I mean, I bought a property last year and it took longer for us to renovate and finish it. And right now, as I speak, it's still vacant. I'm still fighting to get it occupied.
so you are
And
carrying the debt
sorry,
you are carrying that property. You have to pay for it for the few
yes,
months, almost over
yes,
a year.
yes. So exactly that, and it's costing us a lot of money in such a way that I can't even buy another property right now until
Mm,
that property is fully let, and I've restructured it. I've designed a specific marketing strategy for that area.
mm,
Because I based it on another property that is like 3 kilometers away from it. It's so funny
mm,
that 3 kilometers can make such a huge difference. In such a way
mm.
that the property that the other property, it's fine, it's getting occupied, but this one, funny enough, is not. And that the nature and the type of the client that are there that are frequent that side are lower
LMS,
LSM. Yeah, but
FM.
I thought I was gonna attract students because it's 100 meters to the university. It's just a funny, complicated
What
thing
is
that
the problem? What
I think. I
problem
think
is it?
the
Is
issue
it
is that
because of
most
the
of the students
document?
there are already settled. Number one. Then also it
Mm,
could be the issue of NSFAS. The property is not NSFAS accredited, and also thirdly
uh,
that the property came into the market late. When we finished
yeah.
renovations and putting furniture, it was already late. So I think those
Okay.
are some of the things that is contributed. So I'm fighting hard because we're bleeding. I'm not going to lie to you. So
Mm,
yes, you are
mm,
right. You need to go with caution. But one of the things that I personally do well is I co-partner. I always shy away to go into a deal alone because I don't have financial resources um,
mm.
that are strong. I
And
don't have
that's
a
the,
strong balance sheet. So I
that is
always
the
co-partner.
community
I always
thing.
co-partner so that when I meet challenges like financial challenges, instead of me paying 10,000, then I pay 5,000, then the other partner pay 5,000. or
100.
it's 3 of us, then I pay 3,000, the other person 3,000, the other one 3,000, basically. So I always come up with strategies to find a way of not overexposing myself. But it also starts with you assessing your position of power. What do you have resources? You need to know yourself. You know, what can you stomach? If you're to have a vacant place, can you really afford this? Can you stomach this? You know, especially students, because students in December they're not there. January they're not there. Mostly February also they're not there. They start coming around end of Feb. That's if you noticed.
Yeah.
Yes. So you've got 3 months of not generating rental income, and that's what especially after COVID, it shifted towards 3 months of what do you
No,
call vacancy, and
yeah.
that's a lot. That's a lot because you also don't make enough in that 9 months to cover. I
Yeah.
feel like it's not enough, so it's in the match. So I'm starting to look into other form of rental stock, whether it's a multi-let, so that it minimize my exposure in such a way that it's sort of a set off against the student accommodation. Yeah, so it's a you need to do a
So
lot of assessment.
before you carry on, so you just touch on an important point. So you're saying the danger would be
Um, Clive,
the
can I
problem.
pause for this? I'm seeing my caretaker is calling. I need to pick this. He wouldn't just randomly call me.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
gonna pause the live. Just hold on. Just hold on. I'm gonna come back, guys. I just wanna quickly find out what's going on. Why is it not pausing? I can't pause live. Why is it calling? Okay. If it's not calling again, then it means it might not be urgent. Okay, so maybe let's continue it live.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
All right. So the point that you touched on now is you've highlighted the danger to say, okay, they do not put all your eggs in one basket, basically. You say if you're gonna go into student accommodation, don't all of it be student accommodation. So go either a third must be student accommodation or 50% student accommodation. So that 3 months situation or zero vacancy or zero income, you don't have all of your units going through that phase. So you're saying have a little bit where it's normal letting to individuals, and then have the other bit or given to students. Don't put everything towards student accommodation. Is that what you're saying? In
Look,
simple terms.
that's what I'm suggesting. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm leaning towards that because I'm bleeding. And then I think another thing is start evaluating to say what are you going to use your properties between December, January, and February for. So when you are buying a property, start to assess to say, is my property positioned enough to change the how do I put it, business model during that period? Can I rent it out? Are there people that is my property suitable to attract those people that normally book accommodation at universities? You know, there are people who come for conferences during the December and January in universities. So can I position my property around that? Is my property in an area where I can use Airbnb? Is it attractive enough for that? Or is the area scary that people wouldn't ordinarily want to stay there? So it's all these things that you need to do assessment before you buy that property. You know, or is your property in a busy area where you can even add advertisement as a source of additional income? You know, it's all these various the dynamics that you might want to assess your deal. And it goes back to proper deal assessment. Before you buy a property, you really need to spend some time on it and do a proper analysis to say, and speak to people that are experienced, speak to, drive around. Like now, for instance, when I'm done here, around 1 or 2, I'm probably gonna go and visit my caretaker and just have a chat, because these guys, they know a lot. He's in the area. I'm gonna spend the day with maybe an hour with him, drive around, speak to the tenants in the area, find out what's going on in the area. What are the changes? How much are they paying? Well, I'm not under pressure. One of the things that I picked it up was that I had overpriced my rental, things like that. But, speak to the cleaners, speak to the contractors in the area. And that's what I'm gonna do as soon as I drop off here, maybe around 2. I'll probably drive there and just spend some time gathering intelligence of the area. So such kind of a thing is crucial if you really want to be very competitive. Like I'm doing gardening now, in making sure that my property is attractive when people are coming. I'm planting like flowers with my caretakers. We've got garden at the back. We've got gardening where people there's like spinach and all these things. Like we're doing various things to make our properties very look appealing. So and those things, you pick them up from speaking to people on the ground, unfortunately. So it's business at the end of the day. You might, and I think that's what I want to caution around, because I've been an entrepreneur full time for 10 years. One of the things that I was never taught when became an entrepreneur is that, and entrepreneurship requires one to forever be creative. You are
Creative.
never, yeah, you never stop. You must always look for way to add value in whatever
Sure.
your offerings. So you can never say I do. Like for instance, in a deal structuring for property investors, right? As my full-time sort of a 9 to 5. I'll call it a 9 to 5. But it's my business and my other colleagues. I'm forever looking at ways to add value to property investors. I study, I develop products, I develop things that I feel that people need, all those type of things. Because if I don't do that, then I'll be out of business. So it goes back also to the property space. You must go and look what is not working. For instance, now the caretaker can't just call me. I must find out what is wrong. If the shower is not working and I take 7 days or 2 weeks to fix it, there's no way the tenants are going to renew with me. So yeah, so it's all these things. I mean, I've been having a lot of decent one of the students have been with me for like 4 years in my property, and that shows you, by paying attention, I develop certain things that I can't even share because it's my competitive edge, on how I maintain students. Yeah, some of I become creative. I start to find a way of how do I add value. It's not about me just sucking money, out of the students, but what more can I give to these guys, so that they keep. I mean, people on average they take about 4 years to leave university. So how do I make sure that for 4 years this tenant stays with me?
But
So
in that 4 years, how many of them default?
sorry.
In that 4 years, how many of them default? In
No,
that
no,
four
but
years?
remember, the moment you are good landlord, the more you attract quality tenants, because they will chase the bad tenants. I'm telling you, good tenants, they will help you to chase away a bad tenant because they know how good you are for them.
Okay.
That's my experience with running student accommodations. I don't know about the other sectors because I've always been a student accommodation landlord. So yeah, I try to run away from other sectors, but because of now this vacancy, I'm leaning towards more multi-let instead of purely student accommodation because no, we're bleeding.
Okay. All right. I don't know if there's any other people that want to add or comment on some of these things. But just before I let you go, um, there are other concerns that I have that I would like you to advise on, especially for us as Black people. Um, there are other models, I believe, of making money with what you already have, but the danger with us is lack of access to information. Now, there's would you be able to uh, guide us and teach us in terms of tax? How do we use tax, to create wealth? How do we um, uh, things like I think you've touched on it earlier on. We pay towards our life policies and everything, and there's a lot of people on TikTok and social media saying also funny things and promising us heaven and earth. How we can use policies and as leverage and get that money. Don't wait to die. Get that money out, and the biggest devil is in the detail also. And I'm touching, going back to tax, uh, because that's what 50%, 40% of your income goes towards. You buy a property for 650, but over 20 years you wake up again, you've contributed over 1.3 million. It's crazy. So my question again, if I can be allowed to restructure it, is how do I minimize these monies? What model can I use to pay 650 and nothing more, or a little bit more than 650 and nothing to the excess of 1.3 million? Um, Cash is king, and I would love to buy a unit for 650 cash and start making money, because the banks are making the lion's share of the money. We borrow 650, we pay monthly premiums. You wake up and you look again 20 years later, yes, yes, yo, it's 1.3.
No,
I've contributed one mistake.
I mean, the chances are if you don't have that 650, then you're not gonna pay 650 alone, because you
Yeah,
have to pay somebody else who's borrowing you that 650. No one is going
yes,
to give you 650 for mahala. And
for sure.
that is unreasonable expectations. But I think
Yeah,
to minimize what you're paying, people always advise that you need to top up. Don't say that because the installment is 5,000, then you just pay 5,000 forever. If
yeah,
even if you're, I mean, I've seen, I do that. I'll add like 500, 1,000 rand on a monthly basis. I always top up on all my
yeah,
liabilities, because
yeah,
it's a way of me minimizing and bringing my LTV to a certain portion. In corporate finance, I did corporate finance in undergrads and my honors level. So there's a optimal capital structure that every business must have. So and I always try to bring my LTV to a certain level so that I maximized my equity and I'm getting a decent return for my equity in relation to usage of debt. So again, it goes back to continuous learning and continuous creativity, continuous speaking to people and hiring the right people to guide, because you can't know everything. I mean, that is just a reality. You can't know everything. You
yeah,
always need to pay people to protect you or to help you to make money. So
for sure.
yeah, so for you to think that you're not gonna pay more than that, I think I'll rather say pay as reasonable as possible over and above that 650. Then that could be meaning that pay additional instead of you going to buy latest gadget because you made a profit. Rather minimize your interest by paying additionally to the bond and the things like that, and then obviously making sure that you collect every little money from rental as much as possible. So those are some of the things that I can give you as a sort of an advice to say, yeah, do that, and maybe try to get a cheaper money. Try to get cheaper money out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, try to get cheaper money. It's hard. It's not gonna be easy, but it's doable. I mean, I've got a WhatsApp group that has over 300 people, and I always tell people, I'm like, you guys are not leveraging this WhatsApp group. You're crying about not having money, but you're sitting in a WhatsApp group with over 300 people. Why are you not leveraging it? Where
In terms
you bring a deal and we present it, and then you get cheaper money, and then you go and invest together. So the problem is that people want to do things by themselves. That's another thing, and then they overpay. You're gonna pay more if you want to do things by yourself in most cases, because you're gonna pay on time. You're gonna pay on not knowing. There's opportunity cost that comes with that, and I think that's what I picked it up. People want to own things by themselves alone, but they don't go far quicker because you're alone. You've got limited resources, whether you like it or black. Most black people have got limited resources. You can argue the way you want it. You don't have money, so you'll always buy. Your growth potential is going to be limited because you don't have resources, but the more collectively, I mean, let me give you an example. It's 8 of us here online right now as we speak. If we're to say we put in, say, 100,000 together, that's exactly that. So we can easily then take that 800,000 and leverage it. So some of the guys here, maybe 4 people here, they've got good affordability. And let me show you, I'll show you that how easy it is to actually be wealthy. But what makes it difficult is because we are so isolated and we want to work alone and want to be rich alone. Let me give you a simple scenario. It's 8 of us here. And I can show you if you've got a decent 50K somewhere lying around. So, and then there are 2 or 4 of us here with good affordability.
For sure. Okay.
But some of you guys here don't know how to find deals.
Yeah.
So imagine if we were to say the 12 of us, now it's 12. Imagine if we were to say 12 of us, we come together, we put down those 50,000, we put it aside, and then we say, who can find us a deal? There must be one person who can find us a deal. There's no way out of these 15 people, none of us can find us a deal. It's impossible. So say, I, Tsepo, or whoever, I can find you guys a deal. Here's a deal. We analyze the deal. Maltume is here, or Jensen or Clive is here. Here's an affordability. Clive, you're going to be a director, but you own 20%, and the rest of the 80% is owned by the rest of us. All of us, we share that money.
Yeah.
That's a property. Remember, you want the snowball. Wealth is about snowball. And that's why people don't understand. It's about starting. You want a wheel that is moving. How do you get, most people struggle with finding a wheel that is moving. Because the moment you've got something that is moving, you can replicate it because you've got a blueprint. You are not, when you're going to move to the next property, it becomes easier because you've got contacts. You've got contacts, you know the mistakes, you're not going to make those mistakes that you've made before. You've learned. Like, for instance, now I lost, we went to a certain area. We thought that we underestimated the crime. And we bought a property without finding a caretaker to stay temporarily. We just thought, it would be fine. When we went there, they stripped everything. Cables, they stripped visas, they stripped everything. We just bought. Basically, we're left with what do you call it? Just 4 walls, basically. And because I thought the area is fine, it will be fine. It's next to university. Nothing is gonna happen, And that is a lesson. If I were to buy another property anywhere else, my first call will be, guys, do we have a caretaker? Who's going to stay in that property? I'm not signing or taking ownership until I know for sure I've got 1 or 2, 3 people that I know that are going to stay in that property. Can you see? It's lessons learned. You make mistakes, but you learn. So it's a blueprint to me. Already I know that I'm not going to do 1, 2, 3 if I go into this area. And it goes back to that, to say, it's about that snowball. So now it's a snowball. It's a matter of me moving. It's a matter
Yeah.
of me getting into deals. It's a matter of me speaking to one person, say, listen, do you want to partner with me? And then the other one says, okay, yes, I'm partnering with you. The other one says, yes, I'm partnering with you. And because you can't partner with almost everyone, you'll always find one or two people. And because people want to do things by themselves, that is just unfortunate. And they don't go anywhere, by the way. So
Yeah.
yeah, people don't go far because you get tired, man. You'll be exhausted, man. Because what's your productive
Yeah.
years? Your productive years probably is between 30 and 50. So which means that between 30 and 50, in most cases, that's a productive year, or maybe let's say 25. Between 25, maybe I think let's say 30, because in your 20s you're still excited. You just wanna there are very few people who get successful in their 20s. So your productive where you're making real money is between 30 and 50. So if you mess up during that period, most people then give up in their early 40s. They start to give up because they've
Yeah.
been trying to do things by themselves. I've seen so many successful people around when I help them with deal structuring, how they made money.
Yeah.
I can name them, the guys that made money in property space. There's a guy now, we helped him to put a community center. He's developing a mini center where he's actually have a school he has a school as low cost housing in the area. And he partnered with people and he just secured himself 51%. And then the rest, 49%, is allocated to those guys who gave him, I think, R1 million cash, and others, obviously, they gave him certain money and things like that. But that just shows you that had he not partnered with those people, he was not going to go anywhere. And I think it's a matter of that. You need to know what are you bringing into the table,
Yeah.
and focus on that and find people that are like-minded. It's not easy, by the way, to get like-minded individuals.
That's my
Um,
biggest. Mm.
now it's not easy. And that's why networking is very important. You need to get out of your comfort zone and go and meet new strangers. You need to
Yeah.
leave and attend workshops. You need to be part of certain WhatsApp groups that are progressives. You
But
need to
let me come in there. The
yeah,
networking part. A lot of people on social media, they are promoting networking. Yo, network this, network this. Happy. I'm happy with the philosophy. The fear that I have now is that these guys, they're charging exorbitant amount, obviously, because there's value attached to what they're offering. But what concerns me is that these guys, they are so big on these seminars and what, but they leave you with after the 2 hours, and you've gained very little. Okay, let me elaborate what do I mean. My absorption as life, I'm slower. I'm very slow to learn, but the desire to learn is always there. The next person will grasp faster. So the one person will use, he only needs the one seminar. I will need maybe two or three. You understand? But the amounts that the guys charge on these seminars, it's crazy. Okay, fine. I'll pay if I really want to develop as a person and develop my skills and myself and grow and become wealthy one day. I need to invest in my own growth. But I think that most people, when they set up these webinars and seminars and what have you, conferences, they are mainly after the money. You understand? And all I'm asking for is that, and I'm happy that I've now came across an individual like yourself that it seems like to be genuine in what you're doing. You understand? And I'm happy to have met you, Chili Boy. Um, so my fear is, and that's why I'm now 45, and I fall into that group of people that will probably retire not wealthy because I've missed the bus. My 30 to or my 25 to 30 segment or window where I should have made money. I've missed that, but it's never too late to start. But most people that are out there putting themselves out there with, okay, this is what I can offer you guys. Yes, it's like they're doing it only for the 2,000 rand or the 1,000 rand that they're charging. There's no real follow-ups. There's no real, guys, let's go, let's come here. There's no real mentoring. So what I'm saying now, and I see a lot of people are coming through. Bless Cora. She's saying, "How do I partner with people?" And I wish you would, please, let's meet. Let's go to that place where you say you're setting up later in the month. I'll be there. I'll pay that 650 sharp. I'll be there. I'll join you. I just hope, Wuti, you'll hold my hand and everybody else's hand. Let's partner. Let's buy these properties. I'll put money on the table. Uh, remember my name, Clive. I'm there. There's money sitting. The interest that I'm making is very little. So if I put this money in a property and in a partnership, we'll grow it. So I really need your teaching. I really need your guidance,
Can,
honestly.
can I come in?
And putting, yes, sir.
Yeah, look, I think guys, I had a dinner with my mentor brother. I mean, I've known the guys for years now that he's my brother now. And we're discussing about success, what's success, and I mean, he's very big, influential in a sense that he's known in South Africa. And I met the gent, and let me bring the answer all these things that I feel like you're venting, and so I'm not gonna go directly to you. So let me allow you to vent. I've met the guy at an event. I think was Search. Search pastel company called Pastel Search Company. You know the pastel group?
Yeah.
They had organized an event. So my friend was working for that company. And then I attended that event. I was still a tiny chap, long ago. And I liked his demeanor. He's laid back. He was laid back. Even now, he's still a very laid back man. And I reached out to him and said, "Can you mentor me?" And he gave me his number, right? And over the years, I drove because he's busy. You must also remember, people owe you nothing. And he's so busy. He's so busy that I'm the one that was driving follow up. You understand? I chased him. Till today, I'm the one always proposing meetings. Because it's not my peer. You understand?
Yeah.
And he's too busy. So I must always follow up with him and say, "Can I please see you?"
Yep.
You understand? And what I'm trying to emphasize is that we must also drive our own growth and push people. You must don't expect, people are busy, guys. People are busy. People have got problems, first of all. They're dealing with their own demons on a daily basis. They're not gonna take on problems that are unnecessarily so. Secondly, people are busy. So you need to drive people. You need to be the one chasing people, unfortunately. I think, secondly, I disagree with the fact that the guys that are creating seminars, that chasing the seminars, there's no money in seminars. I've organized events. There's no money. There's literally no money. The guys are bleeding. So I disagree that people who do seminars, as much as they're passionate about transformation and growth, they are also hoping that they'll upsell and get you clients. So they're gambling, these guys. So they're not going to waste too much time with someone that they feel that he's not moving or she's not moving, because then they're investing in a wrong person. You understand? Because they're not making money. Let me actually give you an example with me. How much do you think to hire a venue per person can be for the full day at a hotel?
Should be anything between 1,000 rand. Let's
Okay,
say
fine.
a mediocre hotel.
And I'm charging 650.
Yeah. Then there's no money there. But there's scale,
Yeah?
which is not guaranteed.
No,
I
there's
say
no
there's
scale because
volumes,
there's
which is
no way you don't have a capacity to take on, because you'll probably target about 10 to 20 people. You'll be tired, you'll be exhausted if you're gonna take 300 people in one room alone. You'll collapse. You can't. It's tiring, man. When you're playing, it's tiring to sit there and talk. It's tiring. So you're not going to make it. So you'll probably want about 10, 20 people so that it's easier to manage the environment. But then it means your company must top up. Then why would I go and bother myself with someone who's not serious? Well, I paid for you. I subsidized you. I don't even know you.
okay.
But I subsidize for you. I subsidize you.
Yeah.
So we also need to be sensitive about people who are doing these things, guys. You know, and I know that you guys, we are also don't understand the other side. And I know I'm not blaming anyone here. I know you are not familiar with what's happening on the other side. You think these guys are not making money. And that's why you find other people who will then try to sell books, they'll sell coaching and mentorship, because that's how they survive beyond those workshops, and they try to recover those losses that they've made. You understand? That's exactly how some of these guys then tend to survive. Okay?
Okay.
So yes, but then some
All
of
right.
us,
Let me give Adam
Hmm?
a chance. Let me,
No, I'm trying to answer you, and I'm trying to answer. I think it's Blessed. Is it Blessed? Blessed. Blessed is asking about how do I find serious people. Blessed. Serious people around you. You might not be the serious one, by the way. Yeah. I mean, I'm being honest. The truth of the matter is that serious people are around you. Serious people around you. Serious people are in workshops. You need to be visible. You need to reach out to people and say, raise your hand. You need to raise your hand, my sister. That is just the reality. You understand? You need to go and network as hard as possible and cry. Basically, if you don't tell the world what you want, the world will tell you what you want, and it's not going to be nice. That is pretty much what it's all about. So you need to go out there. Like, for instance, I've got a workshop, it's 650. The intention of the workshop is not for me to make, like I said, Clive, I'm not going to make money. I'm going to top up for you. But the hope is that when I get there, I'll identify 3 or so, 2 people that beyond the workshop I partner with and I move on with my life. Blessed, I just gave you another strategy on how do I identify serious people. I create a workshop not because I want to make money. It's my investment. The workshop is my investment to say I'm paying to know serious people because I must top up. Then those people that are coming, they're serious. I know that, okay, maybe these 10 people are serious, but there will be those 2 that are very, very serious. Then I focus on them beyond workshop. Then we start to meet for coffees and we do things quietly, we move on. You understand? That is the nature of life. Then I create another workshop. Then 10 people come. Then I identify another 2 people that I can partner with beyond the workshop. You understand? And the other ones, they fall off. People fall off and people move on with their lives. And I mean, the world is too big, man. You know, people are busy. People have got issues and families to worry about than worrying about Shillyboy. So that's basically how you build. But then those things become a snowball because you don't need millions of people to be successful. You just need one person. Just need one person. Trust me. You don't need millions of people. You just need one person to move. Just move. Just move. Just keep moving. You need that one person. And, so that's why I never force people. I never force people. I look at people that are willing to go, because I want people with that character of wanting to execute. There are people who are just driven. There are people who just want to do things. You want those people, because then the admin of meetings and doing certain tasks is not gonna be too much, because these people are willing. They come willingly. So, and that's the beauty about it. So you identify these people in these seminars. So Clive, these seminars, it's about what you do yourself, what you make them, like what is it that you make out of them. It's really up to you. When you get there, it's not about even that content alone. It's about you need to go to the I went to this other dinner on Wednesday. Before I went to the dinner, I wrote down who I'm going to speak to. You understand? I wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people I need to speak to them. I identified them. Life is a very funny thing. Lots of when I got off the lift, the first target, I bumped into him. Because it's I believe in a law of attraction, that the more you want something, the more it comes to you. It's like when you identify a car. When you see your friend driving a particular car, you start to see that car more often. I don't know if you saw those scenarios. But that's how I did it on Wednesday. I said, I'm going to speak to this guy, this one, this one, this one. And I make sure that by the end of the night, I spoke to those people and I achieved that. It was not about that event and the food and everything that was there. I was not interested in that. I went there to watch, and I knew that event is going, these guys are going to come. So I'm going there for these 5 people. And I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm positioning myself for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. Once I tick them, I'm done. So to me, that was success. And that's the mistake with people when they go to events. They don't have they are on an autopilot. Yesterday, my mentor said, when you don't have a plan, you're on autopilot. So you don't really see opportunities around you, because you're on an autopilot. So you must never go to events on autopilot. You're gonna get frustrated. Don't come even on the 22nd, guys. I've got a workshop on the 22nd of April. Don't come if you don't know what you're looking for. Don't come. I'd rather have only 4 people in that workshop, knowing very well that these people know what they want and we're gonna move. I mean, I don't want many people. I'm not a fan of having 300 people in workshop. Those things, to me, they make no sense to me. I just need that 10 people. Target 10 people. I know within these 10, I'll find these 2 that beyond that workshop will sit and say, guys, what are we doing to better? Because I didn't grow up with us. No black person, most of our black people, we didn't grow up on a gold sliver, whatever sliver spoon. So we need to be intentional. We need to be alert in how we do things, how we go to seminars, how do we go to dinners. If they invite you to a dinner, if they invite you to a dinner, guys, even your year-end functions at work, don't just go to your year-end functions at work. They're coming up now. Year-end functions are coming in around November. You must have a strategy. Why are you going to that year-end function? It's not about you going to drink and jolly with your friends. That's not enough. You write down, I'm going to speak to the senior manager. I'm going to speak to that executive. Why? I'm planting this seed. I'm planting this idea. They must know that when my boss introduced this idea, actually this idea is mine. By the way, that's how you position yourself. They know that you're a thinker. You know that you told your boss about, because you must be an operator. You call them operators. You must navigate in this world. So you could be having a brilliant idea, but you know that if you tell your boss is going to take credit. What do you do during events? You tell the boss of your boss to say, hey, listen, I was just thinking about this. I told my boss this. Yeah, I think it can be a good idea. You plant the seed so that when the boss comes and tell the boss already knows that, no, man, this idea actually, boy, man, this thing, This idea came Shillyboy, actually. You even tell three more people. People must know you as that creator, that creative people. And that's how you get successful, by the way. Your name, but you must have an agenda. Why are you going to that year-end function? It's not about those free food and I mean, you can afford food. You are working. You can afford food. So why are you going there? Anyway, I think I preached enough for Easter Friday. So even Clive, I hope we are in agreement. Seminars is about what is it? Why do you want to go to these seminars yourself? Write it down. And it doesn't have to be many things. It can be just 3 things that you want to achieve. So that, when you meet the people, when you talk to them, you can tell by the first time they open their mouth, or no, this one is not aligned with what I want here. You don't waste time speaking to them. Walk away. Just walk away. Cut small talks. That's the master of networking. Because you don't waste your time spending the whole night. I mean, because I had planned, I spent close to about 2 hours with a gentleman that I needed him because I needed to be specific area that must be open for me. And I spent time. I sold the ideas. That 2 hours, I needed him. I kept reminding him my name indirectly. And, you speak in that context when you say, as Shillyboy, you are reminding him that your name is Shillyboy. You must never forget that my name is Shillyboy. So and in such a way that he end up even repeating my name. So it's a game.
Yeah.
This thing is a game. This thing is a game. And he must play it well. He must be fit. He must play it well. So when people are getting drunk, they are drinking water so that I'm sober-minded. I know what I'm doing here. I'm not here for free wines. I was there for agenda. Then when I went home, I'm like, I tick the list. Okay, I spoke to this one. I spoke to this one. This one I didn't speak enough. Okay, I'll see them in the next event. And you move on. It might not materialize, it might materialize, but at least you've taken an action. Cool. So anyway, I think I spoke enough. I think. Clive, you're saying give details on the workshop. Clive?
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's what I want to know.
Guys, the workshop is
Where's
straightforward, guys. It's 650 to pay. It's the whole day.
Yeah.
On the 22nd of April. It's after next week. So if you are interested to join us, you can WhatsApp me, then I'll send you the banking details. And then you make a payment. That's straightforward. And like I said, I'm just targeting minimum just 10 people is enough.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Someone says your investing strategy is similar to the Wealth Masters Club. What is Nelson? What is my Wealth Masters Club? Let me invite one Nelson. Nelson, I want to know what is this Wealth. Yeah, no, who look at Clive? Let me invite Nelson. If you don't mind, Nelson, I want to talk to you. The workshop is in Joburg. It's gonna be most likely I'm speaking to Protea Hotel by Midrand. Where when you off ramp in what is that? After Allendale, what is that off ramp? When you go as if you are going, it's not far from Voda World. Somewhere there. Yeah, as if you are going to Blue Hill or something like that. But yeah, if you're interested, you can send me WhatsApp. I'll send you the banking details, and then we'll give you the date. We'll give you the venue will be there most likely, most likely. Okay, someone says I'm not in good space to talk. That's fine, Nelson. It's new road. Thanks so much, Poga. Yeah, they say it's a new road. Yeah, when you're off Rambo New Road, you'll see the hotel is on your left somewhere there, and then you turn. Obviously, then it's easy to enter in many directions. So we will be there. So Nelson is not in the. Then Pulele is Pulele very interested to come. Yeah, let's get the ball rolling. Let me see who else is asking questions. June holidays as well. Oh, Noni is speaking about the challenge around student accommodation. Yeah, there you'll see flames. Noni, and Noni, let me invite Noni. Let's see. Is Noni still here? I don't think Noni is still here. Okay. Noni is not here. Okay. Who else can I chat to? So, guys, you're more than welcome to ask questions. Let's engage. And then if you are joining us for the workshop, send me a WhatsApp, and then I'll send you the thing. So the workshop, and I'll prefer people are coming to workshop. Okay, someone is trying to join. Okay, Poga, I'll accept you just now. Just hold on, please. I just want to finish my thought process. I'll accept you just now. Where was I going with this? Poga, you distracted my thinking process. Oh, what I wanted to say, here's the plan of the workshop. Number one, I'm going to be speaking about structuring. How to structure deals. Okay? That's number one. Number two, if you've got assets in your name and you want to move to unlock equity for that matter, or to free up your affordability, how do you do that? That's number two. Number three, if you've got deals and you want to come and present a deal because you want to raise money, let me know before the workshop so that your deal can be one of the deals that I'm going to share with people. We have to analyze the deal before the workshop so that, you see, I'm using that opportunity for everyone to make money. It's not about me. I'm creating a platform for you to come and make money. So can be one of the agenda for you to say, you know, I've got a deal, but I don't have money. How do I go to the workshop and present this opportunity? So that is basically the opportunity that I'm presenting. So you need to do that. Be smart. Take advantage. I mean, you don't need a lot of people, by the way. In the workshop could be 4 people. You just need one person to say yes. That's all. That's all you need. And then the fourth one, we're going to have a group consultations where we deal with each person issues. That is the fourth one. The fifth one, we're going to be dealing with individual tax planning. I'll be running a calculator to show you how to do that. And then also I'll be doing the capital gain assessment. And then the sixth one is the live file. So there'll be a homework where you must prepare live file. I'm gonna send you a template that I'm gonna send you templates beforehand, and then you must come with a live file to show that because I don't want the situation where people passes on and they don't even know where things are. So we're gonna do that. And then the seventh last thing is the wealth planning. What do we mean by wealth planning? Then we'll look into that. How to undergo the wealth planning. How do the rich people actually do that and make sure that they preserve wealth? So that is pretty much the workshop. So take advantage and come and join us. Only 650 that goes towards the venue, the fee for the venue, and the lunch. You need a lunch, and you need a coffee for those who drink coffee. I don't drink coffee, so I hope that they'll make me a juice or something.
Hello.
Tsepo, hi. Tsepo, are you driving, Tsepo?
How are you, sir?
Are you driving?
I am packed finally.
Hey, when you're listening to this thing driving, man, that's dangerous, man. Not in this busy period. Man.
You know, it's more dangerous to be financially illiterate these days. So yeah.
Yeah, but don't kill us on the road, man. Oh,
So
hi.
so I was just thinking about that student accommodation thing. So I'm also in that space currently, and last year was my first year. So come October, November, I was sweating bullets, because now not only am I about to lose uh, income, but now I have to pay deposits. So the deposits are now flowing outward. And I thought about it, man. I'm like, man, how do I
Come, Tsepo.
how do I stop this money from flowing out? And
Yes.
an idea hit me that, you know what, if you don't find space, please don't take it that I promised you space.
Mm.
Okay, but how can we retain space now for next year? I'm like, no, you can pay roughly 60% to maintain it, right?
Mm.
So
Mm.
November you're paying 60%, December 60%, January 16%.
Mm. Tsepo, I lost you there.
It was less painful, eh?
Can you just repeat yourself? We lost
So
you, I
there's a
think.
strategy there.
We lost you when you said when you were asking them to pay 60% in November. What did you say later?
So the strategy is then they pay 60% in November,
Yeah.
60% in December. So they're just
Yeah.
retaining it. They're not staying in the property. And then
Yes.
60% in January. And then
Yes.
that's where the 60% stops.
Yes.
Then in February, then it goes back to 100%, whether
Correct.
they are here or
Correct.
not.
Correct. No. I totally agree with you. And is 60% for
And that
those
took a
who
lot of
move?
pain off my back, eh?
Yes, and it's 60% for those who move out, but then I do 100% if you leave your items behind. So I charge 100%.
Hey, that's
Even
also a good one, eh?
yeah, if once you leave your items, I charge you 100%. So or take your stuff because you find that others they've got fridges and things like so they can't keep moving up and down with them. So then they end up paying for the whole month, for the whole period. So that also helps me a lot. But it works in a specific areas. So where especially if there's a high demand, but if you don't have high demand, these guys will tell you, no, you can keep your thing. We'll find another place and move on. So you must
Yeah,
also
only in
know
specific areas.
you must know if you've got the
Mm-hmm.
negotiating powers, your bargaining power there. So it's yeah, but I like that. Thanks for reminding me that. I like that. Are you joining us for the workshop?
I hope so. So, and unlike you, I'm not brave enough to become 100%, well, a full-time entrepreneur. I'm still balancing between slavery and freedom.
Well, some of us were naive. I'll tell you that for that matter that I was naive when I joined full time. And would I tell someone to join full time? No. I'll say build something first and let it have 2 times or 3 times your salary before you jump.
So I also jumped once, and I was very naive. I said for a year, trying to run businesses, and it didn't work out. And then I looked at my family. I'm like, "Eish, guys, I'm sorry for putting you through this. I'll go back to slavery one last time, and then we'll come back. We'll come back and do it again."
I like that. I like that. No, no, no. I totally agree with you. I was naive. So yeah, and yes, you pay a lot. You pay a lot for being naive. You know,
Yeah, school
so
fees.
yeah, you pay a lot. You pay emotionally, health wise. You know, there's a lot of people who collapsed there, and we don't speak about that.
So
Uh,
so a topic that I really want to talk to you about. So
yeah,
I'm saying a topic that I really want to.
yeah, I'm listening, Sepo. Yo, Tepo network, eh?
Sorry, I'm back. My network is hectic
Yes, yes,
back.
Tepo, come again. You said the topic what?
The topic that I really wanted to ask you about was moving bonded properties into a trust.
Okay. Yes. That's one of the things. I cannot answer that.
And mainly like the type.
The type of what?
Mm-hmm.
You say the type of what?
The type of trusts that one can open. The type
Okay.
of trusts.
So that's one of the things. I actually did a video. If you guys go into my profile, there's a video around that. I think it's pinned at the top there. Or it's one of the first few questions around that. So you can actually check that out. But during the workshop also, I'll be going into the detail around that. And also as part of the group consultation, we can actually even look at things like, so, hey, what's going on now? So that is some of the things. So if you don't mind, I'll refer you to the video that I've done on the work on the theme, and sorry, on the on my profile. Is the video is there. So yeah, so guys, you're more than welcome to
Does it
check
cover
that
stuff
out.
like testament?
Yeah, my profile, man, my profile has all these type of things that you can check my profile now. The videos, you can never finish my videos. There's a lot
Okay,
of, man.
I'm checking.
I mean, also on YouTube, there I've got a lot of things around that on YouTube. So
Okay, 100%.
yeah,
Sorry, man,
let's
my
do that.
network is.
Yeah, no, your network it's hectic. So guys, I'm gonna have to drop off. But in closing, for those who wants to join us for the workshop, they are more than welcome to send me a WhatsApp. I send them on the thing on the what is this? My number is there, 0745896439 on the comment section. So if you wanna join us for the workshop, only 650. Send me the WhatsApp, and then I'll send you the banking details, and then you send us proof of payment. It's on the 22nd April. It's just in the between these long weekends. So let's come together and engage. Let's form partnerships, and yeah, let's target to form partnerships, and see that we, like I said, you know, you don't need millions of people, no, just need one or two people, and then you are good to go. Trust me. It's about having one or two people that you move with, you know. So you don't need a lot of people. You don't need to be in a workshop that has 5,000 people for you to move. You can be in a workshop of 3 people, and if you are guided properly, you can actually achieve a lot. So let's go and let's meet, and then let's engage, and let's learn, ask as many questions as possible, and yeah, let's create wealth. It's all about wealth creation. We're gonna be talking about structuring. If you've got deals, you wanna come and present them, speak to me, and then let's evaluate those deals. We need to evaluate those deals before the workshop. So we are not gonna present deals in J for the sake of. So they must have been assessed before the workshop. Let's do that, and then let's have opportunity to present those deals, and then obviously then we'll be speaking about individuals, do groups consultations. You'll be having the files to ensure that you've done your files properly, live files, and then obviously we'll do wealth planning, discuss the issue of wealth planning, and then yeah, so we make money and we form strategic partnerships out of that workshop, and then we get the ball rolling. So out of that workshop, at least we must sign one deal, guys. I don't want to get out of that workshop with broke. No. So we should target one deal out of that workshop. So bring those deals, guys. Bring those deals if you want to present them, that you think you want to partner with people. And then we give you a platform. Then we structure that deal. And then and then we are able to make that money. So I think that's what we should. So my number is there, guys. 0745896439. Yeah, send WhatsApp if you want to join us. It's only 650. It's gonna be in Midrand most likely. Yeah, it's gonna be so it's gonna be yeah, send a WhatsApp. I'll send you the banking details, and yeah, we get the ball rolling. Okay, have a great one the rest of the Friday. Let me get going with my day also. I need to go and see my caretakers, and I've got frustration also. I've got a vacant property that is eating into my pockets, so I need to solve that.